Hello there and welcome. This is Terry Magalakis presenting to you episode 10 of the Thought Movement program. And I'd like to say thank you so much for being a part of this 11-part series of the Thought Movement program. And look, let's get started straight away with the next law, which is law 9, called the law of sacrifice. And to begin today's episode, I'd like to quote the late great J.M. Barrie. Basically, he quoted along the lines of the law of success by stating, "Dreams do come true if only we wish hard enough. You can have anything in life if only you're willing to sacrifice everything else for it." And when you hear a quote by J.M. Barrie, what does it really mean to you? What does it really mean to you, wholeheartedly on your own perspective? And with the law of sacrifice, we have to begin with successful people, because through our entire lives, we see successful people every single day. We read about them, we write notes about them, we watch them on YouTube, and we even try to become them. And, when we follow great leaders, of this world, we see them rise to high levels to obtain their own success. And this gives us the encouragement to go off and pursue our own dreams. We see someone else have the success and we think, I can do this, I deserve to be successful. And so we march forth and we begin our journey. The real truth, however, is when someone gives up, what they are pursuing for. The real truth lies in when people go through struggle, failure, challenges, roadblocks, and obstacles. Some of you, even our heroes, have their journey on their road to success and actually make it, whereas for the rest of us, we don't even make it, not by a long shot. So what I wanted to, sort of understand was, where does the problem lay with every single person, on God's green earth? If we go from, Nikola Tesla, Albert Einstein, Thomas Edison, Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, Abraham Lincoln, and Winston Churchill, and so on and so forth, they may be called lucky that they are successful. Others might say that they worked hard for what they wanted. But the real overall truth of the matter is that all of these men and other people who are also successful, it didn't get to the top of the mountain by chance or luck. It wasn't even by hard work that even got them there. It was by the law of sacrifice that pushes successful people even further to their destination. If we think about sacrifice, we think that we have to give up the positives to receive what we want. This is simply not the case. We don't have to give up something that is serving us greatly to get where we want to get. The false meaning of sacrifice has plagued us all and derailed us from the truth on the journey to our success. The real truth behind the law of success is that we must give up something that is not serving us to make room for something better to come into our lives. This will only happen if we replace the old with the new. And the reason a lot of people are stuck in their current situation, knowing fully well that they want better things in their life, is because they're not willing to sacrifice what they currently have to receive anything, what they currently have to receive anything new. So basically, they're not giving up the bad things in life to receive anything new, anything positive. And this is where a lot of blame, hatred, depression happens, which doesn't really help any of us. All it does is reinforce the fact that you are not ready to sacrifice something in order for your life to change. And certain people would rather blame the appearance of reality and just accept their misfortunes. Then the excuses start to come out because they don't have the energy, time, or even worse, they are scared of change. They are more so afraid of what change might bring them. And the law of sacrifice overall is very empowering and eye-opening. So how do we get aligned with the law of sacrifice? What have other successful people, in order for the law of sacrifice to work in their favor? What have they done? And to be sacrificial on their journey to success, what I had found for myself, and what I've done over the number of months, over a number of years that I've studied these people and read about them, you have to start to have the 3 Ds. And the 3 Ds are desire, driven, and be disciplined. And basically, these 3 Ds have really, I do believe, helped me and helped a lot of people that I've seen to really reach their potential. And basically, for an example, let's look at the Holocaust survivor and psychologist Viktor Frankl. And one thing he said was, "He who has a why to live can live through almost anyhow." After surviving 3 years of torture, tyranny, and starvation in the Nazi concentration camp, he wrote his book, The Man's Search for Meaning. in which he explained that those prisoners who maintain a larger sense of unique purpose had a greater chance of survival. And this is through coming through the 3 Ds, having a desire for something, have a greater purpose, be driven for it, but also be disciplined. Basically have that focus and the concentration like no one else has ever had. And when we have a big enough desire, like I said before, with so much drive and a strict mind that creates us to become disciplined to our purpose, we have found something that is personally valuable to you. The more personally valuable something is, the more likely you are to persist and persevere in accomplishing it. And let's say that you are wanting to build your own business for which will boost your success. You will consciously strive for more commitment, more focus, and better time management. However, a lot of times you'll be generally distracted from doing the things you need to do. Things you need to do. And what separates the average performer from a high successfully one is the ability to become sacrificial from the negative to the positive. And with the law of success, you cannot have a positive and a negative coexisting. Like I said before, people have been manipulated in believing the law of sacrifice wants us to trade the positive for the negative. Being disciplined is simply making a choice at a junction where there's only 2 roads in front of you. If you want to be great in your field of expertise, you have to start to control yourself in a disciplinary more of a way through time, energy, thought, and action. The law of sacrifice wants you to have a life of self-mastery and control. Like I said before, being disciplined. The law of sacrifice wants you to have a life, but also of, like I said, self-mastery and control. But also, when we have a disciplined life, we are leading down a very straight road without any distractions. Now, with the road of success, everyone's told me, it's never straight. It's up and down, left and right, and it's either slow or fast. We sacrifice what is not serving us and primarily focus on what is serving us and what will serve us in the future. That's what I mean by the law of sacrifice. And to conclude, for those things that are not serving us, this is simply a temptation that is distracting us from the new things arriving, which is the truth. It's about enduring the temptation that is creating a distraction to you. And God does not tempt people to sin, but He often tests us in ways that reveals our own faith towards ourselves. Again, you've got to understand that universe testing is intended to lead believers of oneself towards wisdom and understanding. It's not only temptation, it's a testing that offers opportunities to grow in our alignment with these laws. And ultimately, those who grow through testing will be eternally rewarded with their sacrifices for something of a higher nature. And on that note, I'd like to say thank you very much for listening into today's episode. Stay tuned for the next 2 episodes to conclude the 11-part series of the Thought Movement program. Thank you very much for listening.